Okay. Bob, you can kick off the meeting.
So this is the June 23rd meeting of the Guilford Shellfish Commission 2021. My name is Bob Berger. I'm the vice chairman of the commission. The chairperson, Ed Lombard, is not able to attend at this time. Peter, I'm seeing this thing saying that meeting is being recorded and I can't see the agenda.
Is anyone seeing the agenda right now?
Yeah, I got the agenda. I can see it.
Yeah, the only thing I see is this meeting is being recorded. All right, got it. Okay, now I can see it.
Yeah.
Right. According to the agenda that was posted on the town website, we are going to review the minutes of the meeting from May. Did anyone ever have a chance to look at the minutes that were distributed earlier?
Yes.
Any questions or changes that they think need to be made?
No.
No, everybody. Can somebody make a motion to approve the minutes as submitted?
Yeah, I propose that we.
I'll make a motion.
Go ahead, John.
Okay. Go ahead, Peter. I'll
I propose we approve the minutes from the May meeting.
a second.
All in favor?
Aye.
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 Minutes are accepted. Item number 2, commercial activity and licenses. Peter Charlie.
Okay, so this would be licenses for submission for June. I have $55 GSC cash 1 res 2 res senior. Captain Morgan for $2,724 by check. 23 non-res, 11 non-res senior, 14 res, 1 res senior. I have $180 GSC in cash. And I have $536 fishing factory cash, 4 non-res senior. So I have a total of $3,495 of receivables for the month.
That's great. Any commercial activity that we know about?
None that that I've received. I don't know if we did pick up anything at Town Hall South in terms of correspondence. Usually those checks come in that way. So we may, but nothing to report for the month.
Okay, very good. Is something that we need to vote on? I don't believe so.
Nope.
No. Okay. Bills.
I might also point out that I was asked by Town Hall by Anna to come by and brought a I can't remember 150 additional residential licenses, and it might have been 200 actually, and then Captain Morgan asked for another 150 non-res. So just by way of the activity that we're seeing from our licensed distribution channels, this is a very active year.
Yeah, it seems that way from the sort of the drive-bys that I do on whatever days off I have, especially on the weekends, that just about all the shellfish areas are very, very busy. So It's been popular. Item number 3, bills and correspondence. Peter or Ed?
I can report on bills for the month of June. I have Fred Hill Warden fees, $200. Brown's Boatyard for gas, $61.20. Judy Secretarial Services, $131.25. Nancy for data entry for May, $53.25. Nancy Maciowski, data entry for the month of April, $79.88. Helen Brown, warden fees, $480. Bob Berger, sampling, $74.24. So I do have payables here in the total amount of $1,079.82.
Can somebody make a motion to pay the bills as submitted?
Motion.
Make a motion, to pay the bills?
Anybody second?
Peter, I second.
All right, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Okay, bills are accepted. Item number 4 is the warden's report. I don't think there are any wardens with us tonight. I did see Fred Hill. He has been out with some medical problems, so he has not really done a lot of warden duties since the end of May. So I can tell you that, he probably will not be on the sidelines for a little while. Anybody else see any of the wardens?
No.
No?
I've spoken with Alan, but he didn't give me anything to report.
Okay, well, we will
There
save
was no
that.
issue.
Save that for next month. Moving on to item number 5, subcommittees. Recreation Subcommittee, Peter or Ed?
I have nothing to report this month.
Okay, second is water sampling. That's myself. Water sampling, we are current in terms of being up to date, although yesterday's samples, I did water samples on Monday. Yesterday's samples came back with an unusual finding in that one area in specific came back with elevated bacteria levels and was closed by the state, the area at Chaffinch Island. There are 3 stations within that area, and all 3 of them came back with elevated bacteria levels. So the entire area is closed until further notice whenever we can get back out and resample the place. I did talk to Sonia from the Department of Health. She is willing to do a sanitation survey if needed. But that will all hinge upon what the second set of water samples will be whenever we submit them. The other areas are fine, and we are open for business in all the other areas as per usual.
Bob, can I ask you, was there anything unusual that you saw when you were sampling, like geese or, anything out of the ordinary?
Nope, it was a regular day. The water was the standard, kind of brown tinge water that we have in close to the beach, especially after a windy day. And I was completely surprised when I saw the test results. I had no idea that there was anything off.
There was a house in that West Cove that had years ago a septic pipe break, and we had to do extra samples in there for a long time, and there was never an issue. We never had elevated readings there. I'm just surprised because Chatfish usually is fine.
Yeah. I had sent an email to Alyssa from the BOA about it as well, and she says that after sort of these brief heavy rainfalls like we had last week, that there have been these sort of sporadic closures that they've had throughout pretty much all the boroughs in the state. They've had 1 or 2 that just sort of kind of strangely get shut down, and they're not sure if runoff gets sort of focused through that area more so than any place else, and then that drives the bacteria levels up or what. But they say it usually corrects itself after a certain amount of time. So nobody is anticipating any big problems, but we're just going to have.
We would only provide BOA with that one area, samples for that one area to reopen it, correct?
Correct. Just that one spot. We just need those 3 stations. It's, it'll be very quick. We just have to get the time, when we can get out there and when they are open to accept the samples. So the timing of it is, as usual, the timing is the problem.
Okay.
I want to make note that Mike Bone has joined.
Oh,
Commission.
Hi, everyone.
Hello,
Sorry, I
Mike.
had a laptop
Hey, Mike, how
issue.
you doing?
Good, how's everybody doing?
Your image shows up as a
Good.
green telephone.
I can't see you, but I can hear you.
Okay, that's fine.
Okay.
Sorry, I had a locked up laptop right now, so don't know why, but I'm here.
Welcome.
Glad you're here, Mike.
Item C in the subcommittee, the boat. That's John. I had the boat out Monday. It ran fine. I don't think there's any issues. There were some stuff we were thinking about doing on the trailer, but I don't think that's gone anywhere, and it doesn't need to really be done until the fall. John, did you have anything to do with the boat this past 4 weeks?
I have not, Bob. On June 6th, I started a new position at my job, and it's been really chaotic. And I haven't been doing much. I haven't been fishing, and my wife recently had a surgery, so I'm with the kids, and she's with her parents, so I haven't had a chance to get down there. I don't anticipate that being too involved. I'm going to replace the winch and the trailer lights. That's probably going to take me all of an hour and a half to do.
Right. Yeah.
It'll be done before the boat gets hauled out.
Right. And yeah, I think it'll be very simple stuff. Okay, next item, stocking. This is Ed and myself. I have not heard a word about stocking. As of last month, we had sort of appropriated a certain amount of money to do some oyster stocking, but I don't know what's happened with that. I haven't heard from Ed, and so far as I know, nothing has been purchased, and we have not made any arrangements for stocking of oysters.
Yeah, we originally had authorized money for round clams as the primary focus, but we could not secure any access to them, so we shifted it all toward oysters. So we probably need to see what our options are. I do understand more broadly, Ed had communicated from conversations with some of the other shellfish commissions along the Connecticut shoreline, there is in general some difficulty securing stock across the coast.
Yeah. Okay. Like a lot of other items, they're hard to come by.
Yep.
Section E, Finance Department. Peter.
Yep. Yeah, let me share here. Pull up the finance report. It's worth kind of seeing, particularly in the context of, hold on one second, I'm sorry. Cannot find the shellfish report. Sorry, hold on one second. Give you 1 second, please.
Take your time.
By the way, Bob, this is Mike. If the stocking, whatever happens with the stocking, if it happens to come up again, or you're looking for an additional guy, please count me in for whether it's oysters or clams or what have you.
Absolutely. Yeah, we will send out a group email to everybody, so everybody will have the opportunity to participate.
Thank
Okay,
you.
great.
So I'm sharing the financial statement for Shellfish Commission through May of 2021. Anybody who can't see this. So we are operating right now with a year-to-date total on revenues of 45,866 and expenses of 35,174. We have 1 month to go. We have a budget of 53,350 for revenue. And we have expenses of 52,225. So right now we're running about 10,000, almost 11,000 ahead of plan in terms of excess revenues. But the thing that I'm looking at, we did authorize around, I think around $6,000 of stock purchase. And we're sitting on that budget right now, and we've just not been able to spend it because we can't get the stock. So it's of some concern because my sense is that our license revenues are up this year. So it usually translates to demand. Many people do buy licenses but don't get out there. But at the same time, we really have to put some emphasis on stocking. Particularly since we've authorized the money, we have the money, we're ahead of budget.
Agreed. We certainly have a responsibility to keep up the the quality of the shellfishing that we offer people. So once I'm able to find Ed, I will track him down and see if there's anything more that we can do.
Can I just comment on that, Peter? I agree with you that it should be prioritized, but we have to all be mindful of the fact there's no clams right now. I mean, we have other commissions asking us where we're getting our clams. Chris Walston doesn't have his gear in the water, ready to go yet. So I think once that is a possibility, we'll certainly, capitalize on it. And I agree we should be doing it. There's no availability right now, unfortunately.
Yeah, that's what we want to validate, John. I'm no disagreement whatsoever on that. We probably don't have the most current status. Our options, we would buy out in New Jersey and Massachusetts, not just out of, our local commercial options.
Yeah,
I don't know if we could get round clams with the temperature difference, if that's a good idea, though, to bring them that far. I don't think the survival rate, when we take them out of the water, out of one of Chris Walston's lot, and we move them, a mile, they don't have temperature shock. I don't know if, I don't know. I'm not saying I'm against it. I think we should look into that more, though.
Yeah, I will call
the mortality rate of that.
I can call the guys from ARC up in Massachusetts and see if they have market-sized clams available for sale. I spoke to them last month about the seed clams that we normally pick up in October, and they were good with that. But if they have them, maybe that's our outlet. That's our place to go buy some.
Yeah, if there's a concern about temperature, we'll figure out what it costs to rent a refrigerated truck. I mean, let's explore our options.
Right.
If there's availability somewhere and there's any concerns that we need to address, let's explore. We have the budget, is my point. Let's just look at our options.
Absolutely. I agree with you. Like I said, I think we have a responsibility to try and maintain the quality of the fishery. That's sort of made us we are. Okay. Next item, Peter, if you could share the agenda.
We're on F.
F, special projects. John Seviak or Peter Charland, any special projects?
I'll probably just, I'll defer to that spot with Indian Cove with the pipe. I'll put that on docks and moorings.
Okay. Signs, item G under subcommittee signs. We have sort of divvied up the signs that we consolidated under just one person. And now we've divided it 3 ways between Mike, myself, and Alan Brown. And it seems like it's doing okay. We haven't had that many changes so far, but there were a couple of bugs, but so far so good. I think the signs are good. We are open everywhere except, as noted, except that Chaffin Island. And that sign has been changed.
By the way, just on that, do we know that Sonia's updated the recording?
She has, yes. I communicated with her as well. Website, Peter.
Nothing new to report. We've not been very active with our Facebook page, so it's just always a reminder to everybody that wants to be involved. Please do let me know. I will, as an adjacent discussion around website, I did start to engage Tony from IT regarding our recorded device. So the reason I'm going to bring it up in the website category is that our Facebook page does provide a link to call the the Shellfish hotline for status. We've had some issues with the accuracy of the recorded announcement and the machine that's used as an answering machine. So every couple of days, you got to clear it out with people that may leave messages or take some of the space. We basically need to change it to a recorded announcement. So I reached Tony, who was on vacation. He got back to me, connected me up with apparently the fire department that's responsible for communications in the town. Spoke with the fire commissioner, who's getting me in touch with the IT guy in the fire department. What I'm trying to do is 2 things: to move that service to a cloud-based telephony recorded announcement, and then number 2, so there's no way to leave a message, so we don't have to clear it. And then number 2, more than one person can call the number simultaneously and get the same announcement, so you no longer get it busy. And then number 3, approach Sonia and public health about taking control of that over, so we can manage it directly. So it is a kind of related to website. The broader context here is maybe, communication. So I'm kind of taking that on and trying to make some progress toward getting us to a better situation.
Yeah, I had spoken to Sonia the other day about a couple of different things, and she is completely okay with us.
Yeah.
Taking over control of the recording, so that,
Yeah.
that'll be fine.
Yeah, I'd like to do that though when we've got the right solution in place,
Agreed.
because right now it's pretty bogus, to be honest.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
outdated completely.
Yeah.
Okay, item 7, updates from other commissions. A, Land Acquisition Commission, John Seviak.
Okay, land acquisition, we purchased a parcel adjacent to the existing public works. It's going to be combined later on as one parcel when they go to change the location of public works.
Okay. Nothing with direct contact with shellfishing, obviously, but just a
Nothing with
general.
shellfishing now, but it's pretty good sized purchase. It purchases all the land around the existing public works, and eventually they're going to sell the whole piece off, as one piece rather than two pieces as it is now.
That's great. B, Sea Grant Advisory Board, John.
I got a copy of Rack Lines. They also have a website you can go to if you can get a free copy. If anybody's interested, I can email it to them.
Okay, yeah, sure, that'd be great. Harbor Management Commission, Peter Charlin.
Yeah, a little bit of an update. We did have just on the harbor management meeting before this one, and they had an application in from Zach Gordon, who's also approached the Shellfish Commission for kelp farming. And in Zach's application to us, it's overlaid with some oyster farming. So I suggested to harbor management, as they get any kelp farming requests, that as a courtesy they would share those with Shellfish. So I did connect the chairman of the harbor management and Ed and Bob in an email just before this call started to connect everybody, so that we would expect, as harbor management receives those kelp applications, we'll get visibility to them. So that, I think, is a good idea. In that context, in the new business, we do have our own workflow and procedure for considering the sort of kelp and commercial shellfishing combined licenses. So that's an open item, but at least we'll get a full view of the information coming in.
No, I think that's it's going to be very helpful. It seems like that's a trend that may continue, is that we get these sort of all season aquaculture businesses that do different products.
It's really, I think it's exciting, and it would be very advantageous for the town. We just have to be sure we have an informed process to, and frankly, publish it in advance for people who want to get in the business, and we sure we get the right knowledgeable people with the resources that come in if we approve things to do it right.
Yeah, we're still in the learning stages here.
Yeah.
How do we move forward with it? But I agree with you. It could be a very interesting and hopefully for the farmers, for the participants, profitable for them. Anything else? Docks, moorings, and other potentially impacting projects. John Seviak.
Okay. Probably gonna look into more of that drain that was opened up. I'm gonna try to take some pictures along the wall, see the water seeping through. We're having a meeting of the Indian Cove Association this Friday. I could bring it up at the meeting, and maybe the Cove can do something about it to shut that drain off.
Okay, great. Yes, please keep us involved. Obviously, that's going to be a hot topic as to what's going on over there. That could be very impactful if it continues.
Oh, definitely, yeah. It can impact it. It'll impact the shellfishing area, because they're seeing green algae growing on their lawn right now, and it's not nice.
Yeah, no, that's going to be problematic if it doesn't get checked out.
Yeah, it's going to make it there. Yeah, it's going to get there eventually.
Item 8, old business review of the shellfish management plan. I spoke to Alyssa the other day when I was bringing samples down. She says that it's under review, which has been the same answer we've had for, for a long time. So really no change in that regard. Item 9, new business. I think some of the things that are on the agenda here are just carryover from last month, so I don't think there's a lot of stuff on here. The only new business I can think of is the things that we discussed earlier about the takeover of the answering machine and hotline number from Sonia, the health director, but that's already been discussed. Does anybody else have anything else new that they want to bring up?
Bob, I have a question. What's the current status of the kelp farming requests that have come in?
I don't know if you were just here. There was one application that came in through Harbor Management, and the others that, as far as I know, are being handled directly through Bureau of Aquaculture, because except for the fact that they are in our area, we really don't have that much oversight, that much involvement in it. As long as they are, not on the seafloor, then the kelp farmers, they really have to just work with Harbor Management and the Bureau of Aquaculture, because it is not on the bottom. So I have not heard anything new about them. The communication that Peter had was that just a little while ago was that Harbor Management is involved, and they have agreed, or there's a request for them to sort of keep us in the loop, and we share communication regarding any of those applications that come through.
As the representative for Shellfish on Harbor Management, what I'm routinely asked to do, and there's a mooring website that Harbor Management uses, a cloud service to approve applications for moorings. So, I'll look at the coordinates, and I've taken our GIS mapping software and laptop to try to start to figure out how I take our commercial license lots and look at applications for moorings. And now I'm going to try to overlay any applications for kelp farming that may somehow touch areas that we have authority over relative to commercial licensing. So I'm trying to sort it all out, but it's kind of hitting me in real time. But at least we're getting good communication between what Harbor Management's seeing and what Shellfish is seeing relative to kelp farming. But what I think we really need to do to help the public and help us is document the process and get it on our website so that anybody who wants to approach us or Harbor Management knows what they need to do before their applications can be considered. Right now, I think Zach Gordon has a request into the Shellfish Commission for us to issue a letter of some sort, and I'm not sure what our responsibility is to do that. So it's still somewhat of an open issue that we've got to wrestle around.
Yeah, I agree. Like I said, we're still in the the early stages of figuring out what the process is, and I think it behooves all of us, us and the Harbor Management Commission, to try and help these guys along, because it could be beneficial for everybody. Anything else? Any new business? Oh, you know what? Actually, I had 2 people ask me about hats, and this is something that's come up, once a year for the past several years. Shellfish Commission hats. I think Don Kowalski was going to work on it, 2 years ago, even though he's no longer on the commission. Anybody have any objections to going out and just purchasing some hats for the Shellfish Commission that we can sell to people?
I had volunteered to do that. I was just trying to figure out who's got the original template and where we had the last hats done. And I couldn't figure out who that was. So if it's Don, if you want to send me his contact info, I'll reach out to him.
I don't know that
His boat's next to me, and I'll ask him if I see him.
Yeah, I don't know if he actually had it. I think he said he would try and get it done. And what's the place in Branford that does all the t-shirts and stuff? I can't remember the name.
Tyco?
No, it's a local business.
Was it Zeus at all in Guilford?
That's who it was. Yeah, they're in Branford now, but yeah, I would try contacting Zeus.
Okay.
They would do all their printing, and they probably have the, the old whatever logo or whatever it was that we used, and they have all the materials.
All right, great. I'll be happy to do that.
Is that for us to wear or is that for resale?
Both.
Okay.
So, yeah, we buy whatever, I don't know what the minimum number is, but it's something that commission members can wear, that, the wardens can wear, that, and then people in the public. I've asked several times over the past, 3 to 6 months, if they have them, because I guess people like them or whatever. So, all right. Anything else? Anybody else have any other questions or comments? Nothing? Item 10, adjournment.
Motion to adjourn.
Anybody second that?
Second the motion.
All right, motion is accepted. We are adjourned. Gentlemen, thank you very much.
Great
Have
to
a good
see you all.
Take
Good night,
care.
guys.
Thanks, guys. Good night.
Take care,
Take care.
guys.
Good night.